Thank you for taking the time to view my poster titled Approaches to Evaluating Speech Severity of Remote Speech Recordings. People with ALS typically develop bulbar symptoms throughout the course of the disease, often leading to dysarthria. Rating the presence and severity in dysarthria is important for the early identification and monitoring of bulbar involvement and for optimal speech-language intervention. While the understandability of the speech signal has often been used as a proxy for dysarthria severity, other characteristics such as speech naturalness and listener effort can also have a profound effect on perceived speech severity. However, the efficacy of these measures from remotely required recordings is unclear. The purpose of this study is to investigate the reliability and validity of clinician severity and severity surrogate ratings from remotely required recordings using a smartphone app. This study included 20 participants with ALS. An audio recording of the bamboo passage and the ALS FRS survey were collected remotely using the BWI smartphone research platform. This study also included 5 certified speech-language pathologists who participated as the listeners. The listeners rated speech severity on a 5-point scale. 4 severity surrogate measures were also completed. Speaking rate and intelligible speaking rate were calculated from the transcription of the bamboo passage. Ratings of intelligibility and listener effort were completed using a visual analog scale. Our first aim was to determine the reliability of clinician-based ratings of speech severity and severity surrogate measures. Strong reliability was reported for all measures. Our second aim was to determine the validity of clinician-based ratings of speech severity and severity surrogate measures. Significant correlations were observed between all the variables. The table shows the correlation between the variables: intelligibility and clinician severity rating, listener effort and clinician severity rating, listener effort and intelligibility, and speaking rate and intelligible speaking rate were all highly correlated. Here we see box plots of severity surrogate measures across listener-rated dysarthria severity levels. Visual inspection of the data suggests that the severity surrogate measures differentiated between some severity levels, with intelligible speaking rate, listener effort, and intelligibility particularly promising for differentiating across all levels. Our preliminary findings using speech recorded over a smartphone are consistent with the validity and reliability of severity and related measures documented in previous work. Establishing the efficacy of these measures for samples collected on smartphones support the use of remote data collection approaches that will facilitate clinical and research participation by people with ALS. While all measures demonstrated acceptable reliability and validity, listener effort shows particular promise as a severity surrogate measure. Further investigation with a larger sample is needed to inform the development of effective approaches for identifying and monitoring bulbar function using mobile technologies. I would like to thank all of the funding mechanisms that have helped with this research. Thank you for your time.